Pikachu.
Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying Model Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest action figure video podcast. So take off your pants, crack a beer, and let's talk toys. Let's talk about all the newest Hot Toys reveals. And I'm going to do this video a little bit differently, just going to live record to the camera, because I want to see if we can get a bit more of a loosey-goosey organic kind of feel going. We have a little chat together. And by together, I mean me sat in a room on my own, talking to myself. But let's take a look at these, because first of all, we have the Spider-Man No Way Home Tobey Maguire figure. So as we can see from the pictures here, this is a perfect, I don't know if it's perfect, but it is a recreation of the Sam Raimi costume. And the thing is, I'm not as quick to pick up on little nuances and differences as other folks are. So some people are saying, oh, the eyes aren't quite as they should be. I can't always pick up on these things, but to me, it looks like they've done a really good job of not only doing this costume, but they've also thrown in the nice little elements from No Way Home as well. So you can see he's holding the Cure thingamabob. I'm not sure whose Cure that was. Was it the Lizard's Cure maybe? Or then again, the base he comes with is the Sandman. So maybe it's the Sandman Cure. That would make a lot of sense, because that's the other big thing. You got the Sandman base as well. We're going to move on to that later too, because that's a nice touch. So we can take a look at him with the mask off as well, and dang it, as I always say with Hot Toys, the facial likenesses are just amazing. Like really, really amazing. Speaking of amazing, I thought that they de-aged Tobey Maguire. No, apparently he insisted, no, this is who I am. And yeah, rightly so, because he looks great. It's like we're a similar age, Tobey Maguire and I think I need to pull my socks up a little bit, because that dude is aging like a fine wine. He's in great shape, looking good. He's got like a sensible, kind of more mature Spider-Man haircut. I just think he looks great. And they've got the loose mask he can hold in his hand as well. Stoic, mature look on his face. Just really, really cool. And you can see the three Spider-Men here together, and that just looks like a really great set. And it's so clever how the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man costumes are essentially the same design, but also they are so unique in their little nuances. You can instantly pick them apart from one another. And then we've got the integrated suit that I'm not a big fan of, but still, it is good that it does mix things up a little bit. And then, yeah, we've got the close-up of the face and the mask there. And one thing that always sets this costume design apart is the raised webbing. I think that, for me, mentally, is my calling card for the Sam Raimi Spider-Man. So having that raised webbing really stand out there with the spider symbol standing out, that just makes me go, yep, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Now, this little image here kind of shows off like a bit of a problem that you can get with Hot Toys and Mezco as well, because they're using fabric, but the fabric is obviously used on a smaller body than on a human body, so it doesn't crinkle and flex the way that it would do on a full-size person. So depending on the pose, you do get wrinkles in the suit that you wouldn't see it look like in the film. Like, you never see Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man suit crinkle and crumple like this, but at the same time, it's what you get for using real material. And that's kind of the calling card of Hot Toys. So it's a trade-off. And again, beautiful looking Tobey Maguire face sculpt here. So I'm not mad about that. And then, we got another example here. And the eyes, like, they don't look lifeless. They look like real, actual eyes with some soul to them. And you can see Spidey, the proportions look really good. And you don't have as much articulation, so you can't get super Marvel Legends style Spider-Man poses, but it's enough that he can still look like he's swinging through the air. But again, you got to be careful that you don't hold the same pose for too long, because if there's any pleather or stuff, like, it can fray, it can come away. So you just got to be aware of that. And we're getting a good look at the Sandman base as well. And that's really cool, because I remember, is it the Andrew Garfield one has the lizard? And then I think the Tom Holland one has, is it Electro, maybe? Or is it Doc Ock? I think it's maybe Doc Ock tentacles. So then you got the Sandman as well. That's really wicked. And you can see, integrate him with the hand. So it looks like he's battling Flint Marko. That's really, really nice. You got the whole head there underneath him. It's going to look striking. It's going to look real striking. And then we've got the whole package itself here. And yeah, well done, Hot Toys. You got the 3 Spider-Men now. You can recreate No Way Home, and I got a lot of time for that. Now we have one I'm kind of torn on, which is Robocop, which I should love. It's Robocop. But it's Robocop 3. And I can't think of anyone who would want to be reminded of Robocop 3, because that movie was poopy. It was hard to watch. But this figure does look pretty. So it's kind of a trade-off of, okay, it represents a bad film, but there's some really cool stuff going on here. The original Hot Toys Robocop figures, I got the 2. I got the battle damaged and the original. Love them to death. I packed them up when I thought that I was going to be moving, and now I really need to unpack them because they deserve some pride of place on the shelves. So the big gimmick with this one to differentiate it is, of course, the jetpack, which, of course, was the utter toyification of Robocop. Going into the 90s, it's like, we got a bit of a child-friendly cash cow on our hands if we're careful. What we need to do is make a child-friendly Robocop movie that doesn't suck. They got half of that. Unfortunately, it was terrible. But just looking at Robocop just posed, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know that it's not the Peter Weller Robocop, and that's absolutely fine. So the original Peter Weller Hot Toys Robocops are extremely expensive, very hard to come by. So this is actually a great substitute if you don't have one at all and you want to get a Robocop. You can always take the jetpack off, it's alright, I won't tell anyone. What I would probably do is take the jetpack off, use it as a prop in like the Sentinel display, like just some wreckage or something. That would work. And then you just got a nice clean Robocop, and you can see he's got his gun holster that opens up in the leg. That's always a really, really lovely touch. And I'm not going to knock the jetpack, because it looks like it's been put together really, really well. So many little mechanics and tweaks and little bits and bolts that come together. He's got like, the missile that fires out of there as well. Yeah, it represents a bad film, but man, they've done a great job of putting it together. And you can see they've got him striking the classic Robocop poses as well. They know where the real nostalgia lies. It's in the originals, but they've put a lot of work into making this not just a Robocop re-release, but something that's quite original in and of itself. So I'll give a lot of credit for that. There's a special bonus edition I can see as well, where he's got a different chest plate that mirrors some battle damage on there, and he's got the data spike too. I think that might be a part of the special edition. So on the whole, it's a lovely package. If you don't have Robocop, then this is the perfect solution. Thor, Love and Blunder. Yep, I was championing the notion that this might have been a good movie, and it was terrible. Someone said death by 1,000 jokes, and that's possibly the best way to put it, because they had such great story potential and great ingredients and actors and creators in this movie, and then it was just stupid. It was stupid garbage for babies. Yeah, I said it. And not even babies, because there's good media for babies. This is media for particularly stupid babies. No offense if you enjoyed it. I mean, we're all entitled to enjoy our own things. Like, I love mid-90s WWF, so we all have our little cross to bear. But yeah, this was such a disappointment. But Hot Toys were like, don't worry. Something good can still come from this. We'll make a badass Mighty Thor action figure. And it is. It's super pretty, but kind of like I was saying about Robocop 3, I don't want to be reminded of this film. But she does look pretty awesome. You can see her next to Chris Hemsworth there. And I think even the Hemsworth Thor suit was kind of over-designed. I mean, I know that there's kind of like the story joke where he sort of super decorates himself to look like the best Thor, but the whole point is it's kind of goofy. It's a bit over the top, and that's what they've gone for here. So yeah, I mean, more power to you. If it's your cup of tea, then that's awesome. Nothing wrong with that, because it's a good quality looking figure, but not something that I'd want to decorate my shelves with. I just want to represent movies that fill me with joy. And dang it, Thor: Love and Thunder, that was a swing and a miss. Speaking of movies that we want to immortalize because they're good, we've got the Iron Man Mark III, well, I was going to say battle damaged version. It's got some battle damaged pieces you can put with it. And this, have we had this before? I'm sure we've had a Mark III armor from Hot Toys before, but you know what? Let's have another one, because they do a really, really great job. This reminds me of real old school Marvel. Probably because it is real old school Marvel. That's why my brain can make the connection. It's clever, that. But yeah, the Robert Downey Jr. face, it looks like the actor. As what it should do. Well done, Hot Toys. Again, killing the game. But I can see in these little images here, it says that this is an updated version. They've got different little removable panels. That was one thing I loved and I missed when we got the nano armor, was the way that things fit together and slot in, and like it looks like a working robotic piece of armor. And that's what they're recreating. You can see with this shot here. This is wicked with the whole arm opening up. That's a lot of stuff going on there. Of course, it says here, Iron Man Mark III 2.0. So yes, well done, Dave. You cracked the case. It's a new version, but they've put a lot into this. It looks really pretty. All the stuff, he's got the missile opening up that comes out of the forearm. Yeah, the parts that come out of the calf as well. This looks really, really intricate. That's the best sort of way to describe these Hot Toys versions of Iron Man. Super intricate. So many little pieces going on there that you could probably break if you're not careful. That's the other thing that comes with being intricate, is delicate. I wouldn't trust my big clumsy oaf hands with them. But seeing all the different pieces and parts opened up, I think that's great. I think that's really, really cool. Having him in his superhero pose there, that's kind of awesome. And yeah, just looking at the back, all the stuff that shows the mechanics and the engineering underneath, that's beautiful. And then you've got the regular Tony Stark head. Yeah, there's no damage on there. I was trying to see if there was some blood up in the corner, but I think that's just shadow. So you've got, I think, a battle damaged. Yeah, there's a battle damaged head, I think. So you've got the two different versions there. And yeah, that looks great. Again, soulful. Looks like a real soulful looking RDJ. And seeing the forearm panel open up with the stuff under there, it makes me want to watch Iron Man again. Original Iron Man. And you've got the base here with the Mark I armor. That's wicked. I didn't even notice that was part of it. That's a really nice design. And I think Ironheart's design is going to be harkening back to some of that as well. So wait, is that the Mark I, or is that meant to be Obadiah Stane? It's hard to tell from my eyes. Either way, it looks really, really cool. And looking at the overall pictures now, I'm thinking, is that just the one head of Tony Stark? So it's not battle damaged and regular. It is just the one style. Maybe that is a little bit of blood up there. And then you got the crunched up Iron Man helmet too, which of course is when he's battling, I guess, Obadiah, and he rips the faceplate off. Unless I'm remembering it incorrectly. Still, this looks like a really nice package. So yeah, props to you guys, Hot Toys there. This looks really pretty. Now this is a really big one. I was saving the best till last. I'm still deep in my cold black heart a Star Wars fan, and battle damaged Darth Vader. Yes and no. Alright, let me talk you through this. First of all, so this is straight out of the Obi-Wan show. So I can see him dual wielding lightsabers here. I haven't watched the final episodes. I gave up halfway through. I thought life is too short. I'll get back to it one day, because people do say the final episode is kind of cool. So I'm not sure what the dual wielding lightsabers are all about, but I'll find out when I watch it. The big selling point, of course, is the broken up mask. I said on a previous episode, there's something so cool about seeing battle damaged Darth Vader, because he's always presented as being so pristine in the original trilogy. It's always sleek, shiny, like he's just come out of the factory. So seeing broken, beaten up, battle damaged Darth Vader, it's like you're seeing something that you're not supposed to see. And that's really, really cool. The Anakin head under there looks wicked. And the fact that it has the regular Darth Vader helmet too. So if you don't have a Darth, you can still have this as your, go-to Darth Vader. But really, it's seeing the messed up head underneath. That's so cool. And they've got a different chest plate too. So you can swap that out to have the busted and broken up chest plate to really make it look like he's been through the wars. So that's wicked. But what I'm saying is, I would have loved to have seen more. I want to see a full-on battle-damaged Hot Toys Darth Vader. I want to see, pieces of the arm material ripped away, so you've got his arm there with, the robotic sort of hand and stuff. Because there's been so many cool statues and artwork of that type of Darth Vader, like some of the leg material ripped away as well. So you can really see what's going on there. That just look so cool. So this feels awesome, but kind of a half step, you know? So I appreciate that they're keeping it in line with how it looked in the Obi-Wan show. But yeah, I just want to see more. I want to see more of a battle-damaged Vader. But still, seeing the head under the mask, that's wicked. And I can see there's a bonus edition as well that comes with a hologram as well, so you can pose him, so like a hologram type diorama. That's really, really cool. But yeah, looking at the evil Sith eyes, and we've got the picture here with the 2 different control panels. So being Hot Toys, of course, the control panel lights up. It's got the bulbs and the batteries in there, but then you've got the scored and broken one as well. That looking at this, I'm like, yeah, I need to go back and watch the rest of this show. There is some good stuff to be seen here. So yeah, this gets me more interested in Star Wars than some nostalgic stuff on Disney Plus. I want to see Darth Vader cut loose, and this could be the chance. And guys, that does it for my Hot Toys recap. Again, a bit of a different video, kind of a longer form, chatting away to the camera. What do you think about this style? Comment below, let me know. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then join the 6-1 clicks by clicking the like, share, and subscribe buttons. I really appreciate it. Guys, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, keep displaying model behavior.